It's already been dismissed, it looks like, because it's not on the docket. Good morning, sir. You're Willie Richards. Mr. Richards, you were previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the second-degree felony offense of indecency with a child by sexual contact. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No,
No, I just had a couple questions.
Okay.
In regards to the supervision plan, Mr. Richards, he plays the drums at his church every Sunday. Does that need to cease, or we were just needing clarification so he's not in violation?
At a regular service or something specifically with regard to kids or?
At regular church service on Sundays.
you have to get to it.
The guitar, I'm sorry. Guitar.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at that in a second. Anything else that you want?
And the polygraph, we were just wondering what that was.
That's part of probation for any sex offender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That was it.
that is to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to and not doing what they're not supposed to be doing. I'm assuming, Mr. Hoffpower, that you've visited with the family, and I would think that
There is if you read an order, there is a restraining order for the complex where it's occurred.
right.
And it's in place.
Well, and I would think that somewhat the special needs of the victim is why this offer
Right.
was made.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Mr. Richards, this is, you're 60?
Yes,
I mean, what you did was ridiculously terrible to a young girl that already has her own set of issues. All right. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I am going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney's office and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 10 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine, and you're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That includes obviously being on the sex offender caseload, following all of those recommendations. I will allow you to play in the band at church. You are, however, specifically ordered, and part of your probation is you cannot be alone with any child under the age of 18. Period, ever, never. Do you understand? You obviously cannot be on the premises of the Carlisle apartments. You can't be anywhere near or have any contact or communication with the victim in this case as well. If you do everything you're supposed to, get the treatment that you're supposed to get, make sure that you're doing all of that, then this is an incredible opportunity because you do not have this conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation at the end, the case is dismissed and you will never have this conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you will be brought back into court, you will be found guilty, and then I can sentence you to prison anywhere in the range of punishment, which is up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand? All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right, good luck to you, sir. When's the last time you smoked marijuana?
It was one of those little gummy things from the vape store.
Uh-huh.
I guess it's THC, but
Why are you,
I just said marijuana, but it's THC, which I thought was the same.
it is the same. It'll show positive.
Okay,
It's all derived from the same stuff, and if you have a felony court case pending, I would think you wouldn't want to have anything in your system that would have you test positive, right?
Well, I'm not sure if it will. It was like a month ago. I'm on probation. I've been on it for almost a year. It's in
From
Jasper
where?
County,
Okay,
and they know about all my medical. I need a heart valve replacement, and I have liver failure, and now it's resulted to the kidneys.
okay.
So he,
Sounds like you need to quit doing stuff to get yourself in trouble so you can
I do.
stay
I
out
do,
and
like,
take care of
yes.
yourself.
I do, I know.
So, what I'm gonna do this morning, Ms. Pratt, is reset your case for you to hire a lawyer. You need to
Right.
try to get a lawyer hired before the next court date.
Okay.
If you do, bring the reset notice to them, and they'll tell you what you need to do. I'm also ordering, as a condition of your probation, that you have a drug patch. You need to have a drug patch put on within 24 hours. And you will, probation, when you're walking out, the lady sitting at that desk can give you a list of places where you can get that done. You have to have it on, you wear it 2 weeks, you have to show up every 2 weeks to have it tested. If it's not testable, I'm gonna assume it's positive. If you don't go show up when you're supposed to or go get it, I'm going to assume that you're using something that's illegal. Your bond will be raised and you'll be in jail. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay, so you need to have that on within 24 hours. So by tomorrow, you need to have the drug patch on.
Okay.
And then don't use anything that could potentially test positive for anything. It's that
Yeah,
simple. If you're on a
okay.
probation and you've got a felony pending, you need to be crystal clean, all right?
Like 10 medicines that I'm on now.
If you are on medication that shows you to test positive, that's one thing. A gummy from the corner store is not medication, right? So bring your list of medications if you test positive, show them. We understand. I know what things test positive for other things, but gummies aren't one of them. All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you your reset notice. Ms. Dawson, you tested positive for THC, which I think you anticipated, but you also tested positive for ecstasy or MDMA.
Wait, what? He just said it was a steroid though. And I got a shot, I went to the hospital, I had a bad UTI. It was bad to the point to where they had to give me a shot in my butt. They told me I could get in my butt, or right here. I told her I wanted to get it in my butt.
When was that?
This was last week. But MDMA, like, what is ecstasy?
All right, here's what we're gonna do.
No, I don't like that. Like, that's making me look bad. That's making me look bad.
Well,
Even though I'm very
listen,
honest, super
Miss
honest,
Dawson, listen.
I don't like
There's
that.
worse things in here that are making you look bad than testing positive for that.
That's why.
Just listen. All right, you're gonna get your probation. I'm gonna do that today, but there's gonna be some conditions so that I make sure that you're not using anything that you're not supposed to, including gummies or anything that you think, whatever it is.
And can I tell
You
you
don't-
this? I'm not an abuser. Last year I was just working for the state of Texas. I'm not an abuser at all. I don't. The medicine
Listen.
that I get, no, I just want to know. Like,
We're gonna find out, then you're not gonna have
I
trouble.
feel like that's making me look bad. And I
Listen,
can't-
Miss Dawson, just pay attention to me for a minute, okay? You're okay, all right? Anything that makes you look bad or that you feel like isn't true, all you have to do, you're gonna be on probation, is be successful on probation, and that's all we all want, okay?
No, I
So
just
listen,
wanted you to know.
you already told me, you've already said it, okay? I understand that you're not sure what this is. Maybe it's from the shot. It's okay, all right? We're gonna make sure from this point forward that you don't have any issues you'll have certain rules on probation to follow, and then there won't be any issues, right?
Yes, but
Okay.
I wasn't talking about that. I was just trying to express you, which I know you did say I was gonna have my time to talk. I just want you to know I'm not an abuser.
Okay, you said
I
that.
don't abuse
Okay,
drugs, like I just.
you said that. You've already said it.
I told you.
But listen, the most important thing is that you figure out how to get your life together for your child. That's what we're really here about today. That you make better decisions than leaving a 2-year-old in a hotel by themselves. That's what I'm worried about. Do you understand? Not a THC gummy, not whatever other thing that happened today. I want you to get your life together. You're young. You have had issues. You didn't, I see what's going on with your family in here. But we want to break whatever cycle that you've been a part of so that you can be there for your child. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's what we want. The best for you, the best for your child, for you to be able to make those better decisions. All right? So I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty previously, freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney. I'm going to defer all proceedings, place you on probation for 3 years. You're ordered to pay the $300 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That is going to include being assessed for any special needs that you need, any counseling, whatever it is you need, we're going to have you assessed for that. And if they say you need to go to a counselor or you need it, whatever it is, those are things to help you, and you're going to be required to do them. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you'll obviously be required to test regularly. So any type of gummy, any type of anything, doesn't matter if they say in the shop it won't test positive, don't do any of them.
Yes, ma'am.
Because even if you go buy it legally, I can't know the difference. It's just going to show up on a test. So don't do any of that. If you need some help with something making you feel better, then go through that counseling and do it the right way through a doctor. Okay?
That's what I was gonna tell you, like, I've been on a medicine that they
Good.
prescribe, like spinal top.
Good.
I just don't like feeling like dead inside when taking it. Like,
I know. And I know there's certain medicines and they don't make you feel
that's
great,
my only thing. I just be
but you
feeling
can't.
disconnected from being a parent.
Right. Well, talk to them about that because there's probably other medicines that they can try.
Yeah, I'm going
Okay.
tomorrow.
But what you don't want to do is stop taking that medicine and then self-medicate with a gummy or something like that. Okay. That's what you can't do. So continue talking to them. Say, I don't like the way this one makes me feel. Let's try something different. And they'll find something that eventually makes you feel right, kind of in a balance. Okay. If you do everything you're supposed to while you're on this probation, this is an excellent opportunity. You don't have criminal history. You're not going to be a convicted felon. If you successfully complete it, the case gets dismissed at the end. You're going to get to be a mom. You're going to get regular jobs, do all the things that everybody else does, okay? The other side of that is if you violate any condition of probation. So if you don't show up for appointments, you test positive, you get arrested or whatever, you can be brought back in here and you could be found guilty, so you would be a convicted felon, and then you could go to the state jail prison for up to 2 years. Do you understand? All right. You just need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Okay?
And I do want to apologize for me over talking you. That's not my character.
That's okay. You're nervous. I know you're nervous. I know. We're good. All right. Good luck to you, ma'am. Oh, here's the, hold on. I didn't hand this. It's a trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, so you've waived your right to appeal. So just have a seat here in the courtroom and wait for her to call you up.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more crazy court hearings like this one.